Good morning, pregame crew. It is Wednesday, June 8th, 2022, 8:22 a.m. Eastern, 6:22 a.m. Mountain Time. You are at the pregame show. So what I do is I rip through the indices, commodities, crypto, and movers and shakers of the day. I take a few chart requests before I get started with the indices, and then chart requests at the end if I have time. Between now and 6:30, I will do a little housekeeping, audio, visual check. So if you want to fast forward till this says 6:30 down here, you can, and that's where I'll get started with the indices. Good morning, family. Hey, Neil, Greg, Night Truck, Robert, Topher, Maria, Hubert, Bon Mateen from Quebec. Hubert, what does that mean? Does that mean good morning? Let me Google that. Good morning. All right. Learn something new. Thank you, Night Truck. I appreciate it. Hey, Bobo, how are ya? Lost my chat. Let me go back. Hey, Slow Devil, you're looking at Home Depot? All right, let's look at it. Hey, Creative Thinking, how are you? I like Home Depot this time of year, Slow Devil, hurricane season. It's typically a good time. Let's look at, so here, which I understand the whole market. The whole market was moving up last year, not just Home Depot. But if we look back in this range, you can see this big rise. So typically, let me go see another month. I guess that was COVID. That's a bad example. Here. So you see it has a history of rising into hurricane season. So overall, I like it for that reason, but that's a fundamental reason. Let's take a look at the chart. Okay, daily lower low, lower high, lower low. How many times a week do you go to Home Depot? I know my husband goes a lot. If we go on our spending patterns, I would say go all in Home Depot and Costco. I'm just kidding, of course. Who asked about this? Slow Devil, you know what? I'm thinking Iron Condor. This is a huge range. Yesterday's range was huge. Are we opening up within it? Yeah. This looks like an inside bar day. Does that make sense? Because the range was so big, it looks like it's going to be an inside bar day. So we'll see. We'll see. But daily downtrend, if you wanted to bottom fish yesterday's low as an example and say, okay, I'm looking for a swing and I'm going to bottom fish yesterday's low and use that as my stop, that makes sense. And then scale in once it confirms. So it's better to add on trend change confirmation to the upside on a long versus continuing to scale in as it drifts down. Good morning. Good morning from Portugal. Oh, cool. Hey, Keggers. How are y'all? I have a question for you. Why are you here? What value do you get out of the pregame show? Is it the market overview? Is it the Queen of the Mountain setups? Is it commodities? Is it the chart requests? Is it the educational blips? I guess I should add that. That I sometimes throw out in a presentation or whatever. Why are you here? What value do you find in the pregame show? Because I want to do more of that, if that makes any sense. Oh, you're welcome, Chris. That's very nice. Good morning, Derek. Hello, hello. Hey, Mark. Hey, Wave. Message. Okay, so you like the futures. All right, the fishing holes, Chris. Thank you. Overview and grounding, getting you grounded. Oh, Bobo, that's nice. I honestly want your specific feedback. I'm not seeking compliments here whatsoever. I want to know what value I bring and where I should focus my energy. Because if you look at it, it's a lot of stuff during the morning. It's a lot of stuff in the middle of the night, essentially. So I want to make sure I'm focusing on what brings you the value. Okay, Rob, thank you. Awesome. Mernon, the educational blips for you, Donise. Understood, Mark. You have small kids too. Education, Danny. Okay. Perfect. You're here for commodities, Bob. You're here for the accent and analogies. Hey, Jerome. Good morning. You know, yesterday, so if I'm just going to revisit, I don't have any chart requests yet. So I'm just going to, for the next 3 minutes, I'm going to go over yesterday. And I'm not a Monday morning quarterback kind of girl. That's just not how I roll. But yesterday we had this lower low on price on all Fab 4 indices and a higher low on RSI. I pointed out the bull divergence in our futures room. Oh, let's see, futures. Right here, all 4 of our indices had bull divergence on the RSI, all of them. And then RTY was super strong and didn't break the 4-hour higher lows. That was enough for me that I should have been more on the fence versus bearish. So in hindsight, I see yesterday that RSI bull divergence, I should have given a little more weight. So I don't trade RSI patterns, divergence, simply based on that alone. I do not trade that alone. But it could make me pause and not take a bearish trade, if that makes sense. So maybe I don't take a bullish trade on ES just because the bull divergence is there, but I pause on my bearish ideas. So yesterday I learned that, and you know, we're always learning, by the way. None of us are perfect. And I'm looking this morning, we're holding that 50 RSI. I tell you, I pound the table in here every day. 50 RSI. RSI means relative strength index. Over 50 bullish, below 50 bearish. And on the hourly, we're above 50 on all Fab 4 indices. So that has me leaning bullish. And I love this type of rounded pattern. We're breaking it just a little. I'll get rid of all my lines. But we're breaking it just a little bit. But as long as we're holding hourly EMAs, I'm bullish. Oh, Kent, thank you. Hey, Roger. Good morning. So I just learned something yesterday. I guess I didn't learn something, but I think I overlooked that just a little too much. I think it was more important and had more weight than what I was giving it. And the VIX meltdown. The VIX had a daily bear flag yesterday. And I don't think I gave it as much importance as I should have. And we broke bear. So those are just a couple things looking back. We're opening up inside yesterday's range on the VIX. So I'm still bullish the market here. And I'm noting that we have a potential 4-hour bear flag now on VIX. When VIX gets those spikes, we talk about it day in, day out, how it likes to give it back. And man, is it giving it back with this 4-hour bear flag. So on all of our indices, we have potential 4 6-hour bull flags. And on VIX, we have potential 4-hour bear flag. That has me looking bullish today. Okay, y'all ready to get started? Hey, Gil, how are you? Okay, let's do this. This is who I am. By the way, I never click these promote tweets. Maybe I should, but I never click these. I don't know why they show up, but this is who I am. I'm Chart Gal Lori. I'm part of the Chart Guys community, and we teach technical analysis. And I hang out with how many friends? 1,110 of my closest friends every day. We post setups. We post fishing holes. I tell you where I'm fishing and what I'm fishing with, what my bait is. And we have lots of chart guys and chart gals that help you out learning technical analysis so you can apply a system that resonates with you. And what I do here every morning is I flip through the indices, commodities, crypto movers, and shakers of the day. I go through about 25 charts in about 25 minutes at 7 a.m. Mountain Time. We have Charting Man Dan will go live in the room. And so all of the Chart Guys members, we're going to head over there and listen to Dan at 7 a.m. So that's why the speed of the show. And plus, y'all are busy. Y'all have a lot to do. And then I organize myself with these notes. If you're interested in my chart setup, you can click on the link below in the video description to receive a PDF explanation. And then I copy and paste these notes into the Chart Guys chat room when I'm done so members can slice and dice them. So I'm bullish the market here. So on ES, we got a lower low without a lot of follow through on the 4-hour. And then now we have an EQ. So here's the EQ. Higher high, higher low, lower high, lower low, lower high, and plenty of room for a higher low now. So Plenty of room for a higher low on the 4-hour. Okay, so what do we have? A 6.5 hour trading day. So on this 4-hour chart, we have room for one. What time did this one start? So, okay, we have room for one candle. We have room for one candle for the trading day. What are the odds that that candle is going to look like this? Very low. So we have enough room for a higher low. That has me looking bearish first thing this morning and being really aggressive, or being more conservative and wait for dip buy opportunities. And I think I will have my bullish hat on today. I'm gonna say, okay, we have the squeeze on so many time frames where price is compressing. You see how it's coiling like a snake? Think of it like a Coke can that you shake up and you pop the top, and then the volatility is incoming. That's what I'm looking for, either to the upside or to the downside. But again, we only have room for one candle, and the odds that that candle breaks 4076 is low. Also remember, we have the CPI data Friday morning at what time? 8:30 Eastern. So don't forget that. We have oil inventory today. We have nat gas inventory tomorrow. Always something shaking and cooking out there. Yes, Wave, we've got 4-hour bull flags everywhere. So we're looking at the 4-hour now, and this is an ideal 4-hour bull flag. Let's go through the bull flag criteria. I go through this probably once a month, would y'all say, or every other week, something like that. We want to hold the EMAs. Don't give up more than 38% of pull, and that's a Fibonacci related number. We want to see lower wicks of bulls buying the dip. We want declining bear volume on the pullback. There's one more and I can't think of it right now. So we have declining bear volume, but of course that was overnight where volume is not as strong. But yes, this is a potential 4-hour bull flag. I like it better on the 12-hour. It looks a little cleaner, but it looks good. And I also want to hold 50 RSI. So yes, we have bull flags in play on ES, NQ, and YM. And guess what? I've been saying it for days. Which one of these things doesn't look like the other one? RTY, IWM, and growth. They continue to outperform the indices. I guess I should go back and type this too. If you're a TCG member, you know that we preach this as well. On bull flags, lower lows without follow through. And look at this. ES is getting hourly lower lows without follow through yet. Now it could get follow through. NASDAQ lower low 12624 without follow through. RTY hourly lower low without follow through. YM hourly lower low without follow through. And where's my hourly 50 MA? It's below me. Below me. Below me. Below me. That's bullish. The Great Wall of China is now the Great Wall of support below us. So again, I'm looking bullish on the day. Now let me go over our key levels. Resistance, 4153. Support, 4134. And then 4108. NASDAQ, key resistance, 12722. Support, 12624. RTY, key or hourly resistance, 1914. And then the high of overnight action, 1919. Then we have support at 1906. Yeah, hit the like button, please. That would be appreciated. So YM's making another lower low here at 32971. Your next support, 32817. Resistance, 33127. Hang Seng closed up 2.24%. I'm going to say that again. The Hang Seng index closed up 2.24%. So if you look at our pre-market high volume names, you're going to see names like Baba, PDD, Baidu, Neo, LI. The Chinese names had superior strength in overnight action, up 2.24%. The DAX is down ever so slightly at 0.59%, which sometimes we model the DAX a little bit more than we do the Hang Seng. But either way, the Hang Seng, that's positive for the market. Got an hourly EQ right now on the DAX with potential head and shoulders. VIX, potential 4-hour bear flag, looking bearish. So the hourly just got a higher high. Can you see that? See how the hourly just got a higher high? Now, if this higher high doesn't get followed through and we stay below the 50 RSI, so all of that criteria for a bull flag applies to a bear flag, and the inverse, we're below the EMAs. Higher highs without follow through, lower bull volume on the pop up. So VIX has a potential 4-hour bear flag that, again, as long as this hourly EMAs are overhead, that has me looking bearish VIX. Bitcoin, are we breaking bear? Oh, we're breaking bear. So we had 4-hour inside bars on Ethereum. Ethereum had 3, Bitcoin had 2, and we're breaking bear out of that right now, but we still have a 4-hour EQ. Could this tell us something about the market today? Could we go sideways? Absolutely. We could go sideways into Friday as people just kind of brace themselves for the CPI reaction. Amazon still looks weak, Chris. It still looks weak. Definitely one of the weaker names on my watch list. I'm going to delete all this. So Ethereum, same thing as Bitcoin. EQ, as we go sideways. Look how the hourly 50 MA is rejecting price on Ethereum. Bitcoin rejecting price, and on our Fab 4 indices, the hourly 50 MA is below us, supporting price. Gold, the dollar is looking weak here, and gold just continues to blow its chances at getting ahead. You want to, when you have an underdog, I kind of view, this is maybe silly, but I kind of view gold as the underdog, and the dollar has been so strong, and it's like, okay, gold, you have your chance to sucker punch the dollar. Like, this is your chance, and you're blowing it. There's support at 1838, resistance at 1858, 1861. This is not ideal placement for inverse head and shoulders, but it's definitely there. The psychology is just something I'm going to make note of. Oil, what is there to say? We have a double top at 12137, 12136. So we have a 4-hour double top at the moment, inventory today at 10:30 a.m. And we have a 4-hour pop without a trend change. It was just this daily bull flag confirmation, which we see those, again, we see those lower lows sometimes without follow through, and you zoom out and look for those bull flags on higher time frames. Nat gas, we have a 4-hour EQ. You have resistance at 945, 954, support 920. I'm going to continue to point out that we broke this by 10 cents, but as commodity loves to do, it broke it and then it reversed. I want to look at SPY with you real quick. This helped me get bullish. I was live midday too. Whenever I do analysis, so this isn't the cleanest. This looked better on a 10-hour, but I noticed 10 minute. I noticed we had a 10-minute/15 minute cup and handle, and then you see these mama patterns keep having babies. Now on the 2-minute, we had another cup and handle. That kept me from getting too bearish. And once I saw this forming, I'm like, okay, I'm definitely going to buy SPX calls. So we had these 2 cup and handle patterns yesterday that helped me go bullish. I posted them in the room. And I'm not saying, oh, look at me, I'm so smart, because obviously yesterday I was looking bearish first thing. But I was able to mentally shift and accept the changes. By the way, let's plan the heist and let's rob the market. Where are my bank robbers out there? Stronger than the other names. Okay, I talked about that. Those inside bars broke bear. So I'm going to delete that. Don't want to copy that and give that TCG members. Talked about that. Okay, our Wheel of Fortune names, the RSTLNE. Y'all always ask me about these 4 names, so I'm going to go over them. Apple has a daily bullish engulfing candle, which just means that we engulfed the prior day's range. So that was Monday's candle. Yesterday, we engulfed the entire range. Bulls dipped below the low of Monday and then started buying and almost bought all day. It's not a Maribozu candle, but it looks really good. But a bullish engulfing candle isn't confirmed reversal pattern until you get a second green candle. So Apple bulls are going to be looking for some continuation today. Apple looks good up here. Potential 4-hour bull flag. I love these patterns. If you're a member of the Swing Report, you've heard me say trampoline more times than you would like to admit. I like this trampoline pattern, and I see it on Apple. And look at Ford. I love this pattern. See the squeeze, holding 50 RSI. Oh, I forgot to mention one thing. Shoot. Okay, all of our Fab 4 indices have a potential inverse head and shoulders on the 12-hour, and that has me looking bullish as well. So just something I wanted to point out. Okay, back to Apple. I showed you Ford. I like those trampoline patterns, so I'm looking for dip buys on Apple. Any name that really ran hard yesterday, and I would say a 2% day is actually a bullish day for Apple, but I wouldn't call that a back burner setup. But names like CCJ, that's on my list for a back burner setup. Any name that had a very strong run yesterday, you can be on the lookout for first 5-minute oversold for a potential dip buy. So on Apple, you have support at 14788 and then down at 14709 and 14679. Above yesterday's high, 149. Your next resistance is up at 150 psychological, then 151. Amazon looks weak. Do you see how we're just kind of opening up within yesterday's range? Chris, do you see that? So look at Apple. We're right up at the high of yesterday. Amazon, we're right in the middle. So until Amazon starts outperforming, you can see Amazon QQQ ratio chart shows you that Amazon is weaker than QQQ. So until Amazon can get its act together, it's a short. Look at the green day that we had yesterday. Look at all the green names we had, and look at the one red name, Amazon. So people are selling the news of the split, which the stock split doesn't fundamentally change anything for Amazon, but it's just something to remember. Amazon is weak until it can change its character. I'm gonna get a little water, sorry. All right, NVIDIA. NVIDIA, we're up here near yesterday's high at 190. We're holding that 15-minute 50 MA. We're holding the hourly 50 MA. As long as we're above the hourly 50 MA and above hourly 50 RSI, I'm bullish NVDA. Tesla, we're up above yesterday's high. We're above the hourly 50 MA. Let's see if the Tesla bulls can put in a bottom here. So Tesla has been weaker than other names, but this morning it's looking a little bit better. CCJ, we had the uranium news yesterday. 4.3 billion is what the U.S. is going to buy in uranium, yada, yada. So a lot of us flipped CCJ and it actually swung it. I bought UEC. Yesterday it was a laggard. When I looked at UEC, it was up 8% and CCJ was up like 10% or something at the time, so I bought it. So your uranium names, I would say this is your highest probability setup for the day. So if you look at the 5-minute, let's go set, I have my alert set, but I'm going to do it with you anyway. Tell me when the RSI crosses 30. I used to teach Excel. I taught Excel. I'm really going to date myself, okay? I taught Lotus, DBase, and WordPerfect. My first year out of college in a community college setting, I taught it. And I would always say with Microsoft Excel, start in the cell where you want the information to go. And I always, in my head, I'm saying that, okay, what time frame do I want? I want the 5-minute oversold. Okay, so start with the time frame that you want the notification on. Now I'm gonna go ahead and set one for 15 minutes. I doubt we get that today, but I just want to be ready. So in TCG, we have a back burner setup where you have an extreme bull move, preferably to blue sky breakout, preferably, but not always. We have these extreme moves and you have that first pullback, and you'll notice a lot of times it gets front ran. So actually, I'm going to do something I've never done before. I'm going to say, tell me when it gets to 38. 38.25 on RSI. I want to see if someone starts front running it. I want to be in on that action. Hey, Anthony, I'll answer that in just a second. Hey, Ross, good morning. All right, so Ford, I like Ford. I have some speculative options on for tomorrow. No, not tomorrow, Friday. I have some $14 calls for 9 cents. This is very, very speculative. We have a squeeze. We have the trampoline set up. So we'll see if this can get some follow through up and over $14. NEO is super bullish. And at this point, I think that a lot of it, we can't chase it up here, but I would wait for that first pullback. So first 5-minute oversold on NEO, I'm watching for pullback. And you could do that with Baba as well, Baidu, PDD. Okay, Roku has news that the insiders can't sell stock right now and Netflix may be acquiring it. So it's having a very bullish morning. So Roku, when I see these bullish names, I can't tell you to buy gap ups. Gap ups are for selling. So I can't tell you to buy this, but I do like the high of low bar setup where you have possible pullback in sequential order, and then you buy that break of that low bar and then put your stop below the low. I like that on Roku and or equilibrium. So if we could get a 5-minute equilibrium and then position yourself for a potential higher low. Shout out to community colleges. I know. I taught it when it was crazy. You're a word perfect girl, Mary. Upstate New York, Malaysia. Welcome, welcome. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. The TCG. Oh my God, this looks beautiful. Beautiful in the fact that we just have this tightening ranges. We love tightening ranges, because that when you get that really, really tight compression and then the compression color actually changes to orange, we're below that 50 RSI. But man, this looks really good. Wow, really good. MSOS is what I'm actually trading. I have a position at MSOS for this tightening range. We have that same compression. I like it. I like it. Okay. Request. I'm looking for chart requests. Y'all don't want to know anything this morning, any specific charts, which I'm okay with. Ottawa Valley, hello. Atlanta, Georgia. It is a heavy lift, Ross. It was tough. I only lasted 1 year. I got told, you are not a state of Louisiana employee. You are not, because I questioned the wisdom too much is what I was told. That benefited me later in life. So UEC 491 is your next resistance. Let's just have a silent moment for that rounded bottom right there and that beautiful candle. We're fighting with the daily 50 MA overhead right now. We have a squeeze. Earnings, it says June 10th, but please verify that. It's not always correct. Okay. Oh wait, wave XBI. XBI did not get an engulfing candle. We stopped just short of Monday's high, 72.76. We stopped at 72.69. Look out for this. Okay, I see it here on the daily. You see these outside bars? Now we have 2 outside bars. So look out for those broadening formations on higher time frames, meaning we could hit $73 and still reject. Does that make sense? So tiny higher highs, and you get those outside bars, that type of price action typically follows. So just be careful. Potential 4-hour bull flag and 5-minute oversold. I like the 5-minute oversold back burner trade. Tell me when it's oversold, and then tell me if it hits 72.75 around Monday's high. Okay, Microsoft. Oh, don't like this. This looks good on the 4-hour. Potential 4-hour bull flag 273.13 resistance, 270.93 support. It looks constructive, like it's trying to get out of this range. ENPH. I talked about this diamond pattern potential on the monthly yesterday, and we are in a monthly EQ, something to be aware of. So you have a monthly resistance at 22099. A lot of times newer traders will ask us, what's the most important time frame? So if you have monthly, weekly, daily, 4-hour, the importance of the resistance or support gets more important as you go up the chain. That monthly resistance is there. That was the high of that month. This is the most important of these 4 time frames because it's on a higher time frame. The higher the time frame, the more weight it has. So a lot of you gave me some crap yesterday about this diamond pattern and looking potentially bearish, but I still think it's a short against 221. And then if I'm wrong, I'm wrong, and I get stopped out. But this is a clear monthly EQ with a clear resistance there. And on the weekly, a lower high is anticipated compared to 22099. Doesn't mean it'll happen, but it's anticipated. Oh gosh, y'all have a lot. Okay, I'm gonna do a couple more. XOM bullish until it isn't. Oil bulls are hungry, 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 hungry hippos. We are up at resistance 104.76. Let me adjust for dividends. Just data for dividends. So we're at all-time highs if you adjust for dividends. So, I mean, we still factor that in because some people look at it and say, oh, there's a resistance there. But truly, it isn't. We are in blue sky breakout. But 104.76 will be interesting. Sudden alert. I want to watch that. It could work, Daniel, but I don't know if I'd be fighting these bulls. WBD, our brothers. What a mess of a chart. Potential weekly bear flag. Bearish. Bearish. Hey, Wolfman, how are you? I told y'all I like the tightening range daily inside bar yesterday. All right, that's it for me. I'm going to wrap it up. Y'all use stop losses out there. Hit the like button before you hit the exit. TCG members, I'm going to copy these notes right now and hand them over to you in the chat room. Thank y'all for joining me. Invite a friend tomorrow. How about that?